most of the funds. We are up
For
to
this
date.
financial year?
Yes, we are up to date. We are working on the current reports. So, on what Honorable Chair has advised that we need to be concerned.
No, Mheshimiwa, you didn't get me very well. What I meant is that where is the report of your committee that has been tabled in Elgeyo Marakwet County Assembly and has been adopted by the House? Is it 2019, 2020, 2020, 2021, 2021, 2022, 2022, 2023? Which one have you tabled? Because, Chair, most of these reports, we were with you in the last session of public accounts, and some of the projects which appear here existed then, and I know Senator Dulo was with us in the last session.
So we are up to 2021.
Oh, so you have tabled 2020, 2021?
Yes.
So you are yet to consider 21, 22, 22, 23, 23, 24?
Yes.
The same problem that the county government executive do not want to appear before you? Or you are waiting for report writing on the 2 financial years before this?
After scrutiny, we request for response. Now, when they respond, that is when we can plan for.
So have they responded for the 2021, 2022, 2022, 2023?
Yes, all the response now is with us.
Okay.
Do you have the reports?
Yes, we do.
You have the reports for 2021, 2022?
From most of Water General,
2022,
we have all of them.
2023?
We have.
Okay. You might need to give us maybe to the secretariat, our secretariat, the recommendations that you made.
Yes.
And our worry, you know, is that we have projects that are being started and they're not getting completed. Some are taking too much time. And it's not only for Elgeyo Marakwet. Across the country, a project of worth 5 million, done for 5 years, it doesn't make sense. There is no value for money. We want, when our budgets are being made, they are made in such a manner that even if it means just one word getting a project of 3 million or 4 million, but those projects are complete. There is no reason why you should start 5 projects worth 3 million each in a ward, and then you give them 1 million each in a financial year. It doesn't make sense. There will be no value for money.
Chair, thank you very much for touching on that issue. And, I want the county assembly to assist the executive because we have a law that was enacted 2015, and it is really giving us a headache as a county because when they take resources to the ward, they split into small projects that cannot even be seen. So I want to the MCA, and I've had a conversation with the governor and also with the MCS. That law requires to be changed, Chair, so that at least we can do some flagship projects for the people of Elgeyo Marakwet County. They put small projects, 2 million here, 500,000, and they'll continue forever. They'll not be completed. So, Bwana Barsolai, please, do something.
Chair, on that matter.
Yeah, do something so that at least we can. If I ask you now, 2027, if you are going to seek for re-election, what flagship project has been done by the county of Elgeyo Marakwet County in your ward that you say have a project for 20 million or 30 million? Because if you put 1,500,000 in a road, ikinyesha tu in a paper, so you can't show anything.
Thank you, Chair.
Yes.
So far, we have the Committee of Finance and Executive are considering on that issue of EDA, where they share resources down to wards. It is progressive, and I promise that there is a positive response. The CC Finance and the Committee on Finance are working together to see that we get flagship projects. On that, again, as leaders of Elgeyo Marakwet County, we have an assignment that we need to put our heads together so that we can see how best, with the help of this EDA, that we distribute resources to the entire county. The challenge that we have in our county is very alive, that we have regionals, that is Marakwet and Tekeyo side. Why the EDA came in is because of, if the governor today is Akeyo, what will happen to Marakwet? What happens to a governor who is biased? And that is the essence of why EDA, equal distribution of these resources to every ward. Now it is up to us to sit down as Elgeyo Marakwet County leaders and agree what are these flagship projects that can favor regions like the highlands, the lowlands, and even production in our area. There is areas that produce coffee. What can we do to help them those are the things that I can say.
And as
As
the
a county,
chair,
yes.
as the vice chair to this committee, being from a small county, I would expect that you'll sit with the governor, because I come from a small county, same way as Elgeyo Marakwet, Isiolo, the Rakanidi, and we really fought with your senator to ensure that we have more money appropriated through the new formula for division of revenue. I know we got about 372 million. We did not have a way of ring-fencing that money to go to development, but I wish that you can go and sit down and just get at least one project, a flagship project, out of the over 300 million that was appropriated to Elgeyo Marakwet. So that at least the people of Elgeyo Marakwet can see or can feel the fruits of devolution. Senator Charargei, then we go to...
Just as an advice to the county assembly, because I know where Mheshimiwa Barsulai want to go is very dangerous, because I think in his thinking he should be saying we should have two counties, the Elgeyo County and Keio or Mabunchan County or something like that. I think that is what he is. But I want to encourage him and his colleagues, just come up with an equitable act or bill, so that you don't need to do those segregation of small monies that will not give value for the projects. What you do, come up with an equitable bill, the way we have done, the way you have done in Taita Taveta. Just come up with an equitable bill so that you isolate, because I know Elgeyo Marakwet, the areas which are hardship, the areas which are facing insecurity like Keriovala and many others. So come up with a bill called equitable bill so that you focus and have projects that give value, Chair. So I don't see the need of segregating into small amount of 200,000, which will not have value for money. So come up with a equitable bill, and then segregate the county, then give basis on the structure of zonal of the Elgeyo Marakwet County.
Thank you. We are joined by a member of this committee. Please, Senator Dulo, go on record.
Atuma Dulo Isiolo member.
We need to progress to the receiver of revenue. Members, we've agreed that we do receiver of revenue. Then you can leave the county executive report for another time. Auditor, are there any issues, or is there any issue that is still remaining unresolved in the receiver of revenue report? Which one is it, Auditor?
Chair, report of the Auditor General on receipt of revenue statement for the year ended 30th June 2024, County Government of Elgeyo Marakwet. Chair, the report had a qualified opinion, and the basis for qualification was one. One was about unsupported arrears of revenue. Chair, in my brief, I'm indicating it is addressed. Chair, and by so saying that, I'm not saying it is solved. And we have other matters, which is unresolved prior year audit matters. Chair, this committee constitutes an oversight that also needs to look at these matters. And the last one was weak internal controls in revenue management. Chair, the last one looked a bit gray. Maybe I may wish us to discuss
internal controls.
Yes, Chair.
And in revenue management. Please go through it.
Yeah, Chair. Weak internal controls in revenue management. The statement of receipts and disbursement reflects on source revenue of Kenya shillings 274,982,755. Included in this balance is Kenya shillings 9,510,368 received from 3 income streams whose documentary evidence were not provided for during the audit. Chair, I have a table here. One would be public health service fee. The amount is 2,727,950. The second one is property rent, 5,993,811, and the third one is land rates, 788,607. This was in contravention of Section 157(2) of the Public Finance Management Act 2021, which states that a receiver of a county government revenue is responsible for the county executive committee member for ensuring that the revenue for which the receiver is responsible is collected or recovered and is accounted for.
Governor, you may want to give us a response, but before you do that, what are the revenue estimations for the CRA's estimation for Elgeyo Marakwet's revenue? OSR.
Thank you, Chair. As per CRA estimation for Elgeyo Marakwet, the revenue potential for this county is 1 billion and 78 million Kenyan shilling.
1 billion. Governor, you're able to see how far off the mark we are. We are at 274, around 275 million. So the first issue that we need to look at is the provision of documents, Governor. Why were documents not provided for audit review?
Chair, I will respond. The first item, Chair, public health service fee is actually monies collected or made from medical examinations, food handling, hygiene, vaccinations, and inspection of buildings done at public health offices in the county. And therefore, we have the copies of the registers attached to this, Chair, in Annex 3 and Annex 4. On this, I think the challenge was, I think these were not provided at the time, but I think, Chair, all these documents were available, and we have them now here with us, Chair, because anytime we do, we actually have the receipts. And Chair, we also want to say that at that time, we had not automated fully our revenue collection. And I want to confirm to this committee that now, Chair, you don't have to even have all this because our system now is fully automated. We have a Safaricom system now that we are fully digitized on revenue collection in Elgeyo Marakwet County. So, Chair, also the second item is on the property rent. Which is the documents that we're saying were missing. This is an amount collected from plot rent, market stalls, house rent, and ground rent. Market stall registers, valuation roll, and house rent collection have been provided as marked as Annex 5. Chair, we have also provided that documentation at Annex 5. You can see some of them are even payroll products. Also, we have the market stall rents attached.
Yeah.
What rent?
And also, you can see the land rate, the register, Chair. And then finally, it's about the land rates, which again, the rates applied during the year as stipulated by Schedule 3 of Elgeyo Marakwet County Finance Act. The county government has been unable to update the valuation roll, Chair, due to the inadequate funding. However, Chair, the county has secured some funding, and we are actually in preparation this financial year in updating the valuation roll through the Kenya Devolution Support Program, which we are awaiting for commencement of the program so that we can be able to update this valuation roll, and it will help us to solve this challenge on the land rate, Chair.
Maybe let me just start with the valuation roll.
Yes, Chair.
The auditor is asking that you charged 788,607, but there was no valuation roll. So they did not know how you charged the leases to collect 788,000. Did you have, at the time of audit, an existing valuation roll that you referred to?
Chair, we have a valuation roll, but
That time,
yes,
did you have it?
because we have an evaluation roll from the year 2006, which we are using. That's why I said, Chair, we are in the process of updating.
So
that
the
we have
auditor is
an
asking
updated.
that during that time of audit, you did not provide it, which is contrary to the law that has been cited there.
Chair, I think the challenge was non-provision, and Chair, I think
What is the justification?
the challenge was only the provision. I think my team.
That is a challenge, and
I
it
think
requires
the challenge from my team.
justification.
Yeah.
Yes, it requires justification.
I think, Chair, this committee has taken a position on this matter.
Yes.
That failure to produce documents at the point of audit is a breach of the law. The law is there. Our clerks can read the law for the governor. Then you know what is required to be done to officers who do not provide documents during audit. But I'm very interested, Governor, on this question of automation. When did you get automation? When did you fully, when did you start automation?
Chair, the first we had a system, I think way back, my revenue officer is here. We had a small system before I came in as governor, which was not very functional, especially on land rates and these other land rates, property rent, and even this public. It used to be just to collect cess, which was using a very outdated system. But when I came in, we updated the system, and we now have a very good system that covers the entire ecosystem of revenue collection.
Okay, so is market stall rent part of the
current system?
Yes.
Yes.
Since when? That's the question I'm asking.
I think we start this financial year is when we started all this, but the previous financial year was for the cess and the other revenues and even market rent. But this financial year is when we have covered the entire ecosystem of property and even land rates.
Chair, I wanted to ride on Senator Sifuna's question, because I remember very well we had an engagement with the governor and the Safaricom. Was it 2023? And I thought the books for 23, 24 then should have been automated. But what the auditor has told us is it's like they were prepared using QuickBooks. I thought you already have a system in place, and that system should be able to help you to raise the revenue from 275 to maybe even close to $1 billion, maybe 500, 600 million. And then secondly, Chair, is he has answered what I had wanted to ask, because if you check in the report, there is a roll valuation, a draft from 2006. You know, that is basically too long, and even, it's written draft. I saw somewhere draft. And
How are they relying on if it is a draft and it's not been approved?
no, you can put to him after I'm done, because I thought, you know, between 2013 and 2022, they should have done something. And you are part of that team also, because you were a deputy governor from 2017 to 2022. I mean, this draft is too long, and I don't think it's very expensive to do a valuation roll. I know, of course, there might be resistance from the people, because you'll raise the rate.
You know, Chair, I wish the senator for Marakwet would have allowed me to. Yes, Elgeyo Marakwet would have allowed me to conclude
Yes,
my line of
Sifuna.
thinking. Because, Governor, there is an annexure there you've put for market stall rent for
Annex?
Iten Town, which is annexure 5. That's for the receipt of revenue, the red file. What is that document, Governor? That's the annexure 5 there. What is that document?
Chair, this is meant for market stall rent, and this is the challenge that we had before automation, Chair. And that is why I was saying that we had to have a serious engagement, which we also involved our senator, to ensure that we transform this ecosystem. The challenge that we did not have automation on this time was we were verifying all the documentation.
That's why I was asking, when did you start automation? Because if you look at, there is a document there you have attached for stall number 14 under the name Julius Korir. Chair, it is one of the four, I think the last page of that annex, before the analysis book, the black thing. So you will see stall number 14, Julius Korir. Governor, you were elected in 2022. These are manual entries we are seeing as late as 5th of March 2025. Can you see the last entry there of 5th of March 2025?
Governor?
An extra 5.
Yes, I can, Chair, allow me to give it to the receiver of revenue.
What your document is telling me, Governor, is that market fees were still being collected manually as of March 2025. Isn't that the case? That's what the document is saying.
I don't think this is correct, because we are fully automated now.
These are your own documents, Governor, unless you want to discard them. Annex 5 has 4 pieces of paper. There is one I can see for Victor Kemboy. I don't see the stall number. There's Julius Korir. There are entries there, manual entries.
Yes.
You can see them. The last entry on the stall number 14, 2,500 shillings, there's a receipt number and there's a date.
Chair, I will give, but I want to believe this is just a backup manual, because, Chair, we currently produce just an
Governor, you don't need to believe, because you should be having the answers.
Yes, I have
the
the
receiver of revenue is here.
And Chair, this conversation is happening because we have been fully briefed by the Auditor General. If indeed you are automated, they would see it. It's not something you can hide, Governor. And it will come to my last concern, Honorable Chair. If you look at what we've been told is the revenue potential for Elgeyo Marakwet, it's supposed to be 1 billion Kenya shillings. But you go to your financials, it said 1 billion. 1 billion. And if you go to the report of the Auditor General there, Chair, at Roman numeral 7, you will see that in financial year 22-23, you are able to collect only 213 million, which is less than a fifth of what we're being told is your revenue potential. In the next year, you collect 274. But, Chair, if you look at that table closely, you will see that out of the 274 collected, 194 is hospital bills, which we have taken a position as a committee here, that is not revenue for a county government. So my math is terrible, but if you take away 194 from 274, you are left about 80 million. That is your actual revenue for Elgeyo Marakwet. In terms of percentage, it's less than, is it 1% of your potential? And these are the things, Governor, if you see the stories in other counties that have fully automated, like your friends from Murkomen, you like to quote them because of the work that the governor has done there, there is actual value in full automation. So what is the current situation in Elgeyo Marakwet? Are you fully automated or not, and when did you get this automation?
So, Chair, this system was jointly developed by us when we met the Safaricom in 2023, and in 2024 we started with parking. We progressively went towards land rates. We started with parking, cess, and then we went towards land rates. And Chair, our biggest support that we would want to achieve is actually on land rates, which we are focusing on the valuation role. And secondly, Chair, I want to say that on the 1 billion that we have been given by CRA, it's again split as per the guidance from